What up, everybody? Hey, it's Dan Greer with Forge coming at you today for your 5-minute power up. Today, we're going to be chatting all about what should we talk about? We got 5 minutes. There's so many great topics on my head. Well, I'm going to tell you the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to pick that up because right now I'm conditioning my truck. Topic we're going to talk about is not feeling entitled and not acting like an entitled little brat. Because guess what? A lot of you do that every freaking day. And you got to get over it if you want to progress in the world, or you want to get better, or you want to become a better person. So let's talk a little bit about that. I actually had a call the other day. One of my guys, I was talking to him. He was a guy who used to work for me a while ago. And we were talking to him, and we had a little bit of a falling out when he left. It wasn't really a falling out, but it was more like he's like, yeah, I'll stick around and wait through Christmas and just take my holiday pay and stuff like that. And it's like, no, you won't. Just send your computer back to me today. You're done. Like, I'm not going to pay you for holiday pay for the end of the year, like give you 4 or 5 days of holiday pay for you not to work for the last month. Like, you're going to say you're going to quit. Like, I'm going to let you quit. Like, it's the end of the story. Like, you want to quit. Like, you want to quit. Like, I appreciate you trying to give me a month's notice, but like, what are you going to do for that last month's notice? And it's kind of funny because he didn't appreciate the way that I left the conversation when we left. You could tell he's still a little upset about it. Like, we had a little conversation about it the other day, and it's quite comical though, because here's the thing: he's a great guy, and he's wicked smart, super good at what he does, and actually considering hiring him back in my company for a different role than what he was doing before. But like, I have some reservations. He has some reservations. There's probably some reason for that. It's not really like reservations, but it's like we need to make sure we iron some stuff out before we actually pull the trigger on some of this, because we don't want to leave the way we left last time. But I digress. My point is I'm sitting here thinking about all this. It's one of those things where I think about it and I go, during our conversation, it was quite comical. He goes, yeah, I acted like an entitled little bitch whenever I left. I demanded a raise that was huge, and you weren't going to provide it, and I knew you weren't going to provide it, and because you weren't going to provide it, I knew I was going to quit before I ever even left, before I ever even told you that was going to happen. When I said we needed to have a conversation, I knew exactly how that conversation was going to go, because I had already told myself how I was going to go, and I knew exactly what I was going to get out of it, and it wasn't what I wanted out of it, and so I was going to be pissed off at the world because of it. And he's like, and I knew all of that before I talked to you, and I acted like an entitled, spoiled, rotten little brat. He wasn't wrong. He did. Now, did I handle it correctly when he quit? No. I could have handled it differently, right? I could have had a conversation with him, a civil conversation with him, but the truth is, it's like, a lot of what happened was for a reason. He needed to understand that. I needed to understand that. Like, I needed to go back into my company and rewrite all the processes that we had and make stuff better and make it more me and better, so it worked out really good for me in the long run. So, like, I get it. But the point is like, it took a lot of courage for him to admit that he acted like an entitled guy. And it actually gave me a lot of faith in restoring in him, that he could understand that and he could figure out and see that he was acting entitled. And my question to you guys is this, is do you ever act entitled? Right? Do you act like you deserve your paycheck? Like you're God's gift to your company? Like you can't be fired, like you can't be replaced, like nobody else could do what you do? Like you're the only one in the world that does it, and you're the only one that understands it, and nobody else could do it any better than you? Because if you do, you're wrong. I guarantee there's somebody out there that can do it better. There's somebody out there that make better podcasts than me. I guarantee it. They think about their content more. They do better. They put more money into it. They could do this Forge series a hell of a lot better than I can do it. Somebody out there is better DOT compliance than me. I guarantee it. Have I met them? I don't know. Probably not. Right? I've met a lot of people who think they're God's gift to people, but they act entitled. When you act entitled, that's when you start getting your butt handed to you, because guess what? When you act entitled, nobody wants to be around you. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you don't even realize what you're doing when you act entitled, because you're in the middle of your own head. You're doing your own crap, and you can't even see what's going on because you're acting like an entitled little brat. You don't see it. And so there's a few ways you can combat this. And I've got just a few seconds left, so I'm going to spit this out really quick, okay? A few ways you can fight this. One is take an ego check every day. Ego stands for edging God out, by the way, just so you're aware. You can learn that in my book, Great Grease and Grace, Leadership Forged in the Trenches. But ego stands for edging God out. And here's the thing is when you start edging God out, like you're going to lose every time. So take a gut check. Is God in my life? Am I doing this for God? Is everything I do for him? Second thing is am I expecting something, or am I demanding something, or am I doing more than I'm being paid to do right now? Those are the two questions you're going to ask yourself. If you're not doing more than you're paid to do right now and you feel like you're not getting enough, or you feel like you deserve more, then guess what? That's on you, not on them. You need to start doing more than you're paid to do so you can get more. Get out there, get forged. Have a good day, guys.